PLCs have sequencer instructions that perform similar to electromechanical drum switches. The sequencer instructions are found on the File/Sequencer tab of the instruction toolbar. The three sequencer instructions are sequencer output, sequencer load, and sequencer compare. The sequencer output or SQO instruction has 6 parameters. File specifies the starting address of the sequencer file. Mask is the bit pattern through which data will be moved or not moved. Destination is the address of the output file or word location. The control is a word location that contains the enable bit, done bit, and error bit. Length is the number of steps in the sequencer file, not counting the 0th position. Position is the word location or step in the sequencer file from which the instruction moves data. To program a sequencer, binary information is input into the sequencer file specified by file in the instruction. Each word in the file represents a step in the sequence. Each bit position usually represents an output. A 1 in a bit position will usually turn the output on, and a 0 in the bit position will usually turn the output off. This slide shows an example of a sequencer file B3:0 and destination O:2 used to control the red, yellow, and green lights of a north, south, and east-west traffic light. Each time the sequencer instruction transitions from false to true, the information in the next word in the file is moved to the destination O:2. After step 4, the next step transferred is step 1. With the traffic light example, only bits 0 to 5 were needed to control the lights. Using a mask with a 1 in bits 0 to 5 will prevent the other outputs of O:2 from being changed by the sequencer. The 6 ones are equivalent to 3F in hexadecimal. Where there is a 1 in the mask, data will pass. There needs to be some conditional logic on the rung before the sequencer instruction because the sequencer will only transfer the next step on the false to true transition of the instruction. In this simulation, the output of the sequencer instruction is O:2, which is the column of lights on the I/O simulation. At position 1, the contents of B3:1 have been moved to O:3, but only the low order 5 bits because the mask is 1F. After the switch is pushed, the sequencer moves the contents of the low order 5 bits of B3:2 to O:2. Each time the button is pushed, the next location in the sequencer file, B3:0, is moved to the destination. When the position is equal to the length, in this case 4, the next time the sequencer instruction goes from false to true, the position will be set to 1, and the contents of B3:1 will be transferred to the destination. We will now change the display to view the output table and the binary representation of O:2, the destination of the sequencer output instruction. ControlLogix PLCs also have a sequencer output instruction. The file parameter is referred to as the array. The ladder logic program illustrates the use of a sequencer output instruction operated on a time basis. When the stop-start timer switch is closed, the timer will time. Each time the done bit of the timer is true, the SQO instruction will be true and move the next memory location in the array to the destination, which is output card. Observe how the output lights change after each time the done bit becomes true.